So I was planning on doing this for a while now, and starting a blog talking about different things going on in the world, but I never knew exactly how to start it. I wanted to start it off on Instagram and start it off by reaching out to my followers because I'm like, "Oh, I already got the followers, why not speak to them?" But I had to learn that followers don't mean shit because a lot of people just follow just to follow. A lot of people just follow about that actual intention to learn and the actual intention to seek out something. So I'm making this because if people are going to watch my videos, it's for the fact that they came with the intent to see. They came with the intent to learn. They came with the intent to grow. And that's what I'm hoping to do. I do not know the answers to everything, and I will never pretend to act like I do know the answers to everything. I am still learning, much like everyone else on this earth is still learning. And there are a lot of things that I have to learn. But I want to share my knowledge and stuff that I've learned with others, not to sway them, but to get them interested in learning, to get them interested in expanding their mind, expanding their views, expanding themselves and wanting to grow. Because the thing about it is that's how you learn. Is from hearing others' points of view, hearing others' opinions and stuff like that. It makes you want to grow. I wasn't sure how to start this, and I tried to do a live stream on Instagram, but there was a lot of stuttering, and there was a lot of just me, just like not sure exactly which course of direction I should go. I deleted video and even tried to plan out what I would talk about, but I realized that sometimes when I plan things, it doesn't exactly turn out how I want it to go because I still like straight. I'm not sure how to plan it. So I am winging this talk, but do not mistake that for me not knowing my information. Do not mistake that for me being unsure of what I'm talking about. If I get anything wrong in what I'm talking about, feel free to leave me comments. I will read my comments and I will research it. I won't outright be like, yeah, you're right, but it's a different perspective, and different perspectives are how you gain knowledge. So this is from my perspective. Everything I say, though, I'm leaving it up to God to give me the knowledge and strength to be able to say it because God's a big part of my life. He hasn't always been, but He has at the same time. When I was younger, I wanted to be a preacher. When I was younger, I wanted to do all this stuff and spread truth and spread love to people and give them some, just kind of like preach. And I strayed away from that because I had to go and learn to be my own self. I had to learn to go do things on my own. And that's what I did. I went off to go find my own answers, and I did find my own answers, but ended up like when I strayed away from God, I ended up falling like back for him, falling back in love with him. And that came from the fact of me learning or realizing and coming to the realization that God's not a deity like we all like to think of. Yes, he's powerful, he's the king of all kings and stuff like that, but it gives you a negative connotation because you're like, no one wants to be ruled. Everyone wants freedom. Everyone wants to be able to go and do their own thing, and that's why a lot of people stray away from God is because it's like, well, I don't need someone watching over my back. I don't need someone telling me what I can and can't do because we all hate being told what to do, and it's just how we are. For some reason, though, we let the government do it only because they kind of mask telling us what to do with, oh, it's freedom. It's okay. You can do this, you can do that, but you can't do this because it's illegal. So yeah, and we follow them because they give you the illusion of choice. But then you're given God, who created everything, created you, and gave you actual choice. That's why you're able to make the decision of, well, you know what, I don't want to follow him. And when you do, you suffer the consequences for it. And I realized that the relationship between God and us is like a father and his children. A father will love his children and guide his children the best he can. He'll give him all the answers he can and try to make sure that he stays away from pain. He'll make rules, and the rules that he makes isn't to dictate his children's lives. It's not to be like, I have absolute control over your life. It's not to be like, I rule you and you follow me and you're going to listen, blah, 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 blah. A father is stern with his children and tells them, you're going to listen to my laws, you're going to listen to my rules because your father is trying to protect you. The rules that they give you, and it's hard for us to realize that until you start to get older and you start to like appreciate your parents more, is our parents give us the laws and the stuff and the rules that they give us to keep us from certain pains. They don't know exactly everything that's going to happen in your life, and that's where our parents and God actually differentiate. But even then, so He gives you the ability of choice, just like a father does. A father knows you're not going to do everything by the book. He didn't create robots. Yes, we've created robots and stuff like that. The thing is, we're trying to make AIs because we want them to think. We want them to be able to like have emotions. We want them to feel something because we don't want a robot. We realize we don't want a robot. Yes, robots sound cool to us, but then at the same time, we're like, I want something to be able to like think on its own, do its own thing, figure out what else it wants, and like search for life because you know what, we've been trying to find life, and that's why I think this all like this all goes together. Um, one, we need to get out of that mindset of thinking of God as a deity more as a father figure who gave you his rules, gave you his thoughts on how you should live your life, but also gave you the ability of free choice. He knows you're not going to want to follow him. He knows you're not going to want to listen. There are times when he puts stuff inside of me to do and gives me instructions to do stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to do this, or I kind of want to do that. The thing is, I suffer the consequences for it. I will go through something, and then it's kind of like when I bump my head, I'm like, well, I kind of knew this was going to happen, so I kind of like figured, but oh well. And it's just like, it's a live and learn type of thing. Life at its most basic form, and this is me, I've mentioned it to some people, and they're like, oh, that makes sense. Life at its basic form is insanity. Life repeats itself over and over again, and life is a repeat of the things you did and did not do over and over and over again. Insanity is doing something over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So, if you're repeating things in life and you're repeating just stuff that's happened before, you can tell I've been in a situation like this before, but you're doing it the exact same way and it happens the exact same thing, but the only difference is slight factors in who it's dealing with and like where it's dealing with and other stuff like that. You're insane. You're going through the motions and not learning from your lessons. But the times that you do something different, the times that you change up your actions and you make a different choice. You make the choice to do good rather than doing wrong. You make the choice to actually make a movement. You make the choice to actually be active and go do this or go do that. That is when you are living. That is when things change. To change the world, it is slow and methodical and it is painful because it's lonely. Not everyone wants to change the world for the best. When you do start to try to change the world, you notice different people acting against you, the different people speaking illness into your life, the different people that would do nothing but stop you from achieving what you're trying to do. If you're trying to achieve a positive goal and stuff like that, you start to see all the evils and stuff that are trying to hinder you, all the evils and stuff that want to make sure that you cannot do that thing that you want to do. You start to see that more and more, and it becomes confusing to you. It's like, why are they trying to stop me? If you're doing something bad, you see all the good people trying to stop you. You see all of them trying to make sure you're good. I mean, we've watched movies and stuff like that. A common theme is everyone's a hero of their own story, even villains. With Thanos, everyone loved Infinity War, and you know what? You guys can consider this a spoiler, whatever the crap. I don't care. In Thanos' head, because yes, he was the villain, but in Thanos' head, he was the hero. All of these heroes were trying to stop him and stop him from achieving his goal. And his goal was, I'm going to basically wipe out half of the galaxy so that we have more resources to go around for everyone else. In his head, he was the hero, and he was willing to accomplish his goals by any means necessary. Yes, he was wrong, and he's wrong, and you have to think about it. That's how evil in this world reacts. That's how it acts. You can't tell me that someone willingly goes and sells their soul. And it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna be bad. I'm gonna make sure I destroy the world, and I'm gonna do this because I just wanna be bad. No one does that. Even serial killers, they have a motive behind it. They have a reasoning to it. They have a logic that they're going with. They're like, oh no, I did this for this logic. I did this because I wanted this to happen. Because they see themselves as a hero. They see themselves as doing something righteous. And that's the struggle between good and evil. It's the choices we made to get there. You can't tell me Hitler saw himself as a bad guy because he had his country sitting there rooting for him. Yay, go Hitler! Yay, blah blah blah! You're doing good, blah blah. He's right. In his head, he probably felt like the biggest hero of them all. He probably felt like superhero. I'm Superman. Look at me, look at me. He wasn't like, oh, I'm evil, I'm corrupt, and stuff like that. Yes, it's a bad topic to kind of bring up, and it's a bad metaphor because I plan to do another video that kind of exposes Hitler and like secret agendas and stuff. But put that aside for right now. That's the metaphor I'm using. We have to learn how to make those choices. We have to learn how to make good choices. Right now, you can see there is a lot of evil and corruption in the world. You can see that there's a lot of uh, things going on that seem like they're outside of our control. And it's not even that. The small choices you make have an impact that are huge on everything you do. On everything. Whether it be you see a homeless guy and you're like, alright, you know what, I'll give him $1. Okay, yes, that homeless guy could go spend that dollar and the money that they've gotten to go buy some alcohol. But you know what? Whatever. That made him a little bit happier that day. Yes, you enabled him a little bit. But at the same time, that's going to come around to you. Whether you want to call it karma, whether you want to say that shit just happens, whether you want to say that it's God or gods or anything else like that. Just the fact of you doing that act shows that you are a good person and you bring in basically what you put out. You sow a seed. Now, I believe in God for the fact that too many things have happened in my life for me to discredit Him. For the fact that I'm still alive and I'm still breathing and giving this talk right now. A lot of people don't know how to cope with life. And a lot of people will choose to be miserable because of the fact that they know nothing else. They will choose that negative uh, attention rather than seeking positive attention because they don't know how to get positive attention. Happiness is not something they're looking for. Happiness is not something they want. There is a saying that goes, all warfare is based off of deception, and it is true. For the fact of, if you can deceive someone's perspective of something, you deceive their whole beliefs, you perceive how hard they fight for something, you perceive everything. Choice is the most powerful weapon of all. And if you can affect someone's choice, you affect it all. That's why they encourage you to vote. Because your choice Though voting seems insignificant, and voting is insignificant for the fact that it's still rigged. If they don't like your choice, yeah, they can still change it, and they'll do that. They don't care because that's their choice, that's their prerogative, that's what they want to do. But at the same time, it's still the key fundamental thing is choice has a power to it. Things don't just happen. I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe that it just, oh, I did this. You know what? It's accidental. Blah blah. No, it's there's a choice that's made with everything. We need we make the choice every day to love and love not. And the world is lacking in a lot of love. We refuse to love our neighbors. We refuse to love our friends. We refuse to love the people that we are actually in a relationship with because we don't want to love them fully. We're all afraid of getting hurt. We're all afraid of the consequences that come after. And it's not to say that loves escape the world. It's more of to say we've all forgotten how to love unconditional. We always have a condition to our love. Well, you know, I love her and she's amazing and she's a cool girl and stuff like that. But other girls in my past have broken my heart. Or I love him, he's a cool guy, blah blah. But other guys have broken my heart in the past, so I can't trust him fully because I have trust issues now. Why are you blaming someone new for issues you had in your past? Like that makes no sense. That's like basically me having gotten shot by someone and then the doctor coming to help me and me going, actually, doctor, I don't know about you trying to heal me because I just got shot and stuff, and I don't know if you're gonna shoot me. Like that makes no sense. And it's the same principle. You need to learn how to love unconditionally again. And you can't love someone. Like how to get there is you can't love someone until you love yourself. And a lot of us have forgotten how to love ourselves because all the hurt and pain that have happened in the past, we've adopted insecurities, we've adopted unhealthy coping mechanisms to quote unquote heal ourselves when we're not actually healed. We're just a little bit broken. We just managed to tape up the little broken pieces of us. And we call that living. You really want to live, you really want to feel good, learn to love yourself. And how you do that is get back into the swing of you. Chase your dreams and desires. The things that make you feel most alive, chase them. Too many times we pour all of our love into certain people, and that love ends up just, whew, and it goes away. And we're left wondering, well, what to do now? Say that you love this person, you can love this person. This one's your best friend, this one's the love of your life, this one's your mom, this one's the random friend that you have over here, and you're just pouring all that love to everywhere. You want to start to feel better about yourself because you know what? You first focused on yourself, you felt love, and now you want to spread that love to everyone else. You impacted other people's lives. I can say that because I've had to learn that lesson. And though I'm not going to say her name, it was my last relationship, quotation marks, relationship because titles was kind of a confusing thing. And you know what? I, that messed with me a bit for the fact that it bred some of my insecurities came out. And I had to learn about this. Like, I had to realize this, and this is something that I ended up having to work on. And now that I worked on it, things are moving and transitioning a lot better. But titles. I was confused at there not being a title put on the relationship. So it bred and festered on some of the insecurities of past pain that I had had in the past. I didn't heal myself and I didn't learn to love myself the way I needed to be. So those insecurities manifested itself in our relationship. She had And she does. I can tell in the conversations we have for this person, me and her, we still talk to this day. Uh, we will talk, and I can tell she still loves me and she still cares, but we had to break things off. And I know most of you are gonna be like, well, how do you break off a relationship if you're not in a relationship? I do, like, what does that mean? But anyway, she didn't want a title because she wasn't fully healed yet. Yes, she realized I was someone that she wanted to have in her life for a good long while. Like she realized I'm something that she wanted, and she was willing to pursue it. But she needed time to heal. She hadn't fully healed herself, just like I hadn't fully healed myself. So while I'm dealing with my own insecurities, she was dealing with her own insecurities, and our insecurities kind of played off of each other. They kind of festered and was like, oh, well, you don't like titles. He's afraid that you don't like titles because you don't like him. Even though she would say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And so they festered together. Then it was like, hmm, well, she's busy because she has things that she has to do, but your insecurities are going to tell you this because you know what? You had women in your past that hurt you because they were out cheating and stuff like that. So those festered. And it's just those two things that were just like mixed together. And it made me unstable. While I'm being unstable and knocked her over because it made her unstable, she was like, well, what does he want? Like, what is, am I not enough for him? Like, why is this not enough? Why is he not content with what he has right now? He realizes he has me and that he has my love, but like, why does he need a title on it? Why does he need all my attention? He knows I'm busy. And it's kind of just a confusing thing for her. Sorry, my battery thing. But it's a confusing thing for her, and it took me time to realize it. She's has past pains in her past that have affected her, and then it could have festered and gotten to the point where it overtook her. But she tried and tried, and it ended up becoming exhausted from trying so hard to make sure she could keep up with the love I needed. Which is why she would tell me, "I love you, but I feel like I don't deserve you. I feel like I don't give you the love that you need." She has no idea she was and she is the best love I have ever gotten. I love this girl with all my heart. Like, she's probably gonna watch this and she's gonna hear this part and be like, dude, oh my gosh. But anyway, it's just how life is. Like, not even just speaking on relationships or friendships or anything. You have to first learn to love yourself. Get rid of those insecurities. Learn to build yourself up and become happy with yourself. Because once you become happy with yourself, that's when you can expand. That's when you can grow. You have to plant that seed within yourself of growth. Start by just doing the stuff you like to do. Then the stuff that you wanted to do, plan it out. For like, how can I get there? How can I do that? And then go do it. Just no hesitation, no waiting. Well, alright, well, I got this. I gotta do. I got that. I gotta do. All less distractions. Just say fuck it and go do it. Just go get it done. You'd be surprised. They say that it takes 14 days to make anything a habit. And you know what? Why not apply that to something positive? What